Hi Nevanians, good afternoon. Welcome to the live. We are in conversation with Mr. Anuj Mahajan, who would be joining us shortly for a candid conversation about a topic that is affecting a lot of people these days. Uh, we would be talking about what loneliness is and how it is affecting a lot of individuals and how he professionally deal with his clients and what advice that he can give us. The purpose for us to get on these live is to help people psycho-educate about mental health challenges, make them aware, and also help them understand how these challenges can affect them and their loved ones, and when and how is the right time to take professional help. So, in 5 seconds, I'll be inviting Mr. Anuj Mahajan, who's a life coach and a public speaker. We'll be having a conversation with him, and let's get and dive into the topic of what loneliness is and understand what loneliness is. Yes, now we can see. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the live.
Good morning, Gauri, and good morning to all my viewers. Now, the question as it starts is, why good morning, why not good
Yes.
afternoon? I always start with a good morning. Yes, the smile says is all. God is still doubtful why Anuj is saying good morning. For me, as a business coach, good more earning. It gives me an opportunity. Jab jago, tavi savera. Gauri, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Miss Sanchita, and all the team at Nevanians for inviting me this live. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you all.
Thank you for coming for this live, and I'm really excited to have a conversation with you. To begin, I think so your viewers also joining us. I'll give a little introduction about myself to them, and I would love you to also give an introduction about yourself to our viewers here. Hi, I'm Gauri Thakur. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer at Nevaan Counseling Center. We are a private counseling setup in South Delhi, founded by Mrs. Sanchita Suri, and we believe that therapy should be a lifestyle choice. And through our platform on Instagram, we are aiming to spread awareness about mental health challenges that people might be facing, and what is the right step to get correct professional help. So, sir, tell us a little about yourself. Our viewers would want to know what you do.
Thank you so much, Gauri. Thank you, the entire team at Nevanians. Well, hello to everyone, and thanks for joining us today on this live session. It gives me a great pleasure and honor to be on this platform sharing with you, Gauri, and the entire team at Nevanians. I'm Anuj Mahajan. To start with, I would like to introduce myself because that's very important. I'm a curious polymath with a learner mindset. But a fancy way of saying would be I'm a filmmaker, a business coach, and an entrepreneur. You could call it one life, three professions. That's very important. For the past 30 years, I've been deeply immersed in what you can call it world of media. I'm the CEO of New Tech Entertainment, but just the tip of the iceberg. That's not important. That's my daily routine life. I am an educator, a certified career transition, life coach, ICF certified, and I took to serious coaching during the COVID time. For past 4 years, I'm a senior leader with a direct selling company. I had the privilege of wearing multiple hats. That's very important. My skill as executive tech coaching, leadership development, NLP gives me an opportunity, success coaching. I love to motivate and inspire through my speaking engagements. I firmly believe we all have the power. We just need someone to show us the direction to change the world. And my mission is to contribute in that. I take this platform and my social media platforms. I cover a wide range of topics. I'm fortunate to have a YouTube channel where I have around 2 lakh subscribers. And on the social media, I share the real world experiences. I had the opportunity to do pro bono services, individuals worldwide, and through my coaching expertise, it gives me an opportunity to connect with them. Yes,
That's
Gauri ma'am.
awesome. So, like, it's really motivating to hear you've done so many things and you're, fine, you're doing what you like and transiting from a filmmaker to a life coach. And during those four, 4 years that you transited into and having and motivating people and helping them navigate through their life. It's really motivating to hear at your age with a lot of experience, getting that shows that age is just a barrier. If you want to help people, if you have that urge of helping people, you can do it at any point of time. So as you said, sir, that you're helping people with a lot of challenges that they face throughout their lives, and there are different topics that you are talking about at different platforms. So specifically for today, I we would love you to talk about a topic that has been of a great concern recently, and psychoeducate the viewers here and help them navigate through uh, that challenge that I think each and everyone at some point of time might have felt. So the topic that we are covering today is loneliness. What is loneliness? So what is loneliness according to you?
Yes, I will share my personal insights and
Mm-hmm.
share some wisdom with you. It's a topic that hits home for
Yeah.
many of us. It's a word beautifully expressed by Mother Teresa, who once said that the most terrible poverty in this world is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved. Today we will talk about in depth about what loneliness is, what exactly is loneliness for you,
Mm-hmm.
for me, for anyone. It's a feeling of isolation. If you talk of definition, it's a
Yeah.
feeling of disconnection when you are in a room filled with people और आपका दिल वो दर्द महसूस करे, वो खालीपन और वो जो एहसास है, वो जो जिसको होती है वही बता सकता है. This can be incredibly painful, but we are coaches, we are experts. Loneliness isn't a one size fits all. There are many
Yeah.
types if you talk about social loneliness, which happens when we lack a social network. Maybe you have moved to a new place और वहां आपको कोई नए दोस्त नहीं है. You've drifted apart from friends. हर बार friends आपके साथ हों ये जरूरी नहीं है. Second type of loneliness is emotional loneliness, when you feel emotionally disconnected, even in the company of others. ज्यादातर elders को ये feel करते हैं. वो होते हैं पर उनको लगता है कि कोई उनके साथ नहीं है. और जो थर्ड टाइप का है existential loneliness, a deeper kind, which makes you ponder the life meaning and purpose. I am fortunate as a filmmaker, as a business coach, and an NLP practitioner. I'm able to cover all these aspects. Loneliness is painful for a person who has gone through it. It's more than just a physical state. It's emotional roots too. It leads to depression, anxiety, and even
Yeah.
weaken our immune system. It's like a weight on our heart. And I am sure most of us don't like to carry this weight around. But there is a silver lining. We just need to understand, am I lonely or I am just alone? If we are clear in this, it's very clear. Being alone is not necessarily a bad thing. It means a choice. I see some people who take a moment to reflect, recharge. That's not loneliness. They take solace in their own company. It becomes a problem when it turns into loneliness, when it's not by choice. I have a good news. Loneliness we can address easily. It's about understanding that we are not alone. There are people like Nevanians who are there to help you. There are people like Sanchita, there are people like Gauri, entire team, you, me, anyone can be there for them. So my friends, there is a hope in connecting, in sharing, and in finding a beautiful journey in itself. I would like to hand over the speaking part to Gauri back again, but I would end with something inspiring. A season of loneliness and isolation is when the caterpillar gets its wing. And remember that next time when you feel lonely. Yes,
Yes,
Gauri
so
ma'am.
I mean, you were mentioning about people do confuse with alone and being alone and loneliness, and a lot of people I have personally in my life use them interchangeably. Could you please highlight the point? What is being, what is alone and what is loneliness for our viewers to probably able to understand what they are feeling?
Well, are we talking of signs and symptoms, or we are talking about lone and
Basic
alone?
description of when they're using words like alone, what they exactly alone the word means, and loneliness, what that means, because people interchangeably use it a lot. So people, yeah, so they are
Yes.
more able to be aware of what exactly these words mean to each one of them. So they're able to probably express themselves better. And if they're feeling lonely, they use the word loneliness, not alone.
See, I stated earlier also before अभी मैंने बताया loneliness or alone almost different है. It's about understanding when you are alone and when you are lonely. Alone means recharging, maybe recollecting, maybe you find solace in your own company, but loneliness is something which you feel. You need to understand some signs and symptoms. You need to understand, is loneliness good for me? But sometimes it is not. Being alone can be good, but being lonely is never a good
True,
thing. Yes,
true. So,
Gauri ma'am.
so why does loneliness manifest itself in people's life? Why do people feel that they're feeling lonely even when they are surrounded with their family members, with friends? As like talking about my experience, sometimes I do feel with my people, my go-to people, but I still feel I am alone. Why do that happen? Why people feel lonely?
Very fantastic question, Gauri ma'am. One needs to understand what are the signs, what makes you understand that you are lonely or you are feeling that loneliness. It can manifest in a variety of ways. Recognizing these
Yeah.
signs is very crucial. First and foremost, it's an emotional state, a feeling of isolation and disconnect. So these signs and symptoms can vary for each person to person. There are some common indicators which you, me, anyone can feel whether this person is feeling that signs and symptoms or not. We need to include, we need to understand persistent sadness. Some people are persistently sad, they're not in a good mood, lack of close friends. You can see some signs and symptoms, whether it's in you, you need to understand this. Today we are talking about the topic decreased communication with friends and family, social exhaustion. Social exhaustion can be with many varieties of ways. Negative self-talk. What I am talking, it's very important. You might notice a lot of loss of interest in activities you once
Yeah.
enjoyed in life.
Mm.
Sleep disturbance, a change in appetite, not feeling hungry, or maybe eating more. Loneliness can affect you physically. You might experience fatigue, headache, and even
Mm.
muscular tensions. Some chronic illness, some chronic
Yeah.
stage may cause a side effect like substance use, maybe
Mm.
alcohol, maybe anything, depression, bipolar disorders,
Mm.
serious illness, or some form of autism. You can say dementia, Alzheimer, where we talk
Mm.
about adults. These symptoms can be subtle. Sometimes may not we realize that we are having that
Mm.
feeling of loneliness, but as an individual, as a society, it's essential for us, for you,
Mm.
me, anyone to be aware whether my friend, my mother, or my sister is feeling that loneliness or not. They can help in, we can get to know the people around us. if you notice these symptoms and exhibit some kind of empathy with them, reaching out to them, giving them a listening ear, or as an individual, we need to understand loneliness is a shared human experience. And by understanding it better, we can combat it and we can help each other. I would always say life is a journey, but you, me, can support each other. It's very important for us to understand that we are there for them. Somebody, somewhere, someone, somewhere is for them. They need to understand this.
We are
Yes, Gauri.
social animals. We crave connections. And I would like to, point if anybody is feeling that they're lonely, they should know that they're not like lone. We are there for them. Also, sir, I wanted to have,
Yes.
have a clarity on the aspect that whether self-esteem and self-worth somewhere directly impacts the feeling of loneliness. I mean, the self-concept of an individual, how they have a belief system, how they were, their belief system, does that have an effect of the way they feel they're lonely?
Yes, Gauri, when it comes to loneliness, its connection to self-esteem and self-worth. It's a vital part of well-being. We need to understand why I am getting this feeling and what are the side effects of loneliness. You asked a very good question. In many ways, we need to be aware. It can help in getting productive. It can help in my health. It can help someone I love. First and foremost, it's about recognizing that self-esteem and self-worth are the core of our relationship and interaction with the world. It helps, it affects us in our day-to-day working. जो हम जिंदगी जी रहे हैं उसमें ये सब चीजें बहुत मैटर करती हैं. It's a holistic approach, but let me share 5 steps with you. These 5 steps are very important. As a coach, I would start by helping my clients or anyone recognize their own worth. We focus on their strength, we focus on their weaknesses, achievements. कोई भी छोटी सी चीज हो, छोटी छोटी अचीवमेंट्स. लोग कहते हैं अचीवमेंट नहीं करनी, सेलिब्रेट करनी चाहिए. आई वुड से छोटी अचीवमेंट्स बड़ा काम करवाती है और हो सकता है आपको हेल्थ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी अच्छी रखे. इट्स अबाउट एक्नॉलेजिंग दैट स्मॉल 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 विक्ट्रीज एंड मेकिंग देम अवेयर ऑफ देयर कैपेबिलिटीज. फर्स्ट पॉइंट. देन वी टैकल अबाउट नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक. मैं कई लोगों को देखता हूं, छोटी सी बात, छोटा सा थॉट जो वो बोलते हैं. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वी आर सेइंग एंड व्हेन वी आर सेइंग दोस थिंग्स. So identify those unhelpful thoughts is a great way. Maybe our best friend showing some self-compassion and healing that inner child. वो जो हमारे अंदर एक छोटा सा बच्चा है ना, वो हर समय हमें criticize करता है. Very important to pacify him. Very important to heal that inner child. Third point जो important है हम लोगों के लिए, achievable goals. Vital step है. These goals can be simple and starting a conversation with a colleague or a friend or trying out a new hobby. Working towards achieving them is very important. We need to, it gives a boost in our confidence. आप feel करते हैं अंदर, अपने अंदर वो energy कि yes, I have done it. Communication skills are very important. कई बार लोग कम बोलते हैं, introvert होते हैं. Being able to express that feeling, अपने चीज, अपनी बात, अपने दर्द को एहसास करना भी बहुत important है. वो फीलिंग बाहर आनी चाहिए. इट कैन रिड्यूस योर लोनलीनेस. आप जब तक किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करेंगे, अपनी फ्रेंड के साथ, अपने सिस्टर के साथ, मदर के साथ, कहीं भी, या अपने बच्चों के साथ, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ब्रेकिंग डाउन द बैरियर्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मैटर ये नहीं करता कि आप किससे सीख रहे हैं. मैटर ये करता है कि आप किसके साथ हैं, वो आपको क्या मदद कर सकता है. वो आपको वो फीलिंग दे सकता है कि यस, ही इज देयर फॉर मी. मैं हूं ना. मैं हूं ना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. कोई आपके लिए है. That's very important to understand. It's help our clients realize their worth of love, friendship, and happiness. Empowering them by their actions. I always believe nobody can do it for you. You need to do it for yourself. And Gauri, it's very important for my clients to understand this, that they have the power to change their lives. We make them realize what they are, and
True.
who they are.
As
Thank you so
Ms.
much.
Sanjita also says in her practice that we are here to empower themselves. We believe that each and every individual has the capacity to become the best version of themselves. And loneliness is if one of the things that they're facing with. At a professional ground, we help them to empower themselves. They have that their innate quality. So as you said, sir, lonely your way, your top, I would say three, four tips for us probably would be to not indulge in negative self-talk. I would like to you to highlight that little point over, clarify what is negative self-talk. I mean, because we are almost doing it unconscious, like subconsciously, we're doing it. So, what exactly would be a negative self-talk?
Right person to ask me. I always believe
Hmm.
in front of the mirror or every day, just think of the thoughts which goes into
Hmm.
our mind.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? I would say I'm a business coach. अब simple है. मुझे 1 लाख रुपए महीना कमाना है और से I would like to keep my weight to say 60 kg. I want to reduce my weight 5 kgs. So I am powerful, I am healthy, I am
Hmm.
having the best health the
Hmm.
universe has granted me. Gratitude. I see people around me, I see many
Hmm.
friends, I see many family members. They always have one
Hmm.
crib. I am not healthy. पता नहीं मेरी किस्मत खराब है. किस्मत हम बनाते हैं, भगवान हमारी मदद करेगा, बट करना हमें ही है. तो दैट सेल्फ टॉक, हम जो अपने से बात करते हैं, खुद से बात करते हैं, जो
Hmm.
सिग्नल्स खुद को देते हैं, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एवरी मॉर्निंग कीप सम 5-6 स्टैंडर्ड लाइंस. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Keep on repeating that.
इट्स लाइक ए बूमरैंग. जो सिग्नल
Hmm.
हम यूनिवर्स को भेज रहे हैं वो
True.
वापस लौट के आ रहा है. सो इफ यू आर सेइंग यू आर नॉट हेल्दी, you
Hmm.
would never be healthy.
So
Yes, Gauri ma'am.
also when people who feel lonely, would you like to give them some tips how to get social support, how to support themselves at first, and also how to reach out to people that they're feeling lonely?
We are talking of social goals. That's a fantastic question, Gauri. With smart goals, we help our clients turn loneliness into an opportunity for growth, connection. They get a blueprint, or what you can say, a roadmap to transform their life in a meaningful way. It's very important. To begin with, we need to understand the client's unique situation, his interest, his values. It's essential to tailor these goals to make their
Mm-hmm.
individual needs. What makes them tick? What kind of connections are they seeking? Say,
Yeah.
engaging in social activities and forming relationship. So इस क्लाइंट की कैसी रिक्वायरमेंट है या इस पर्सन की कैसी रिक्वायरमेंट है, वो अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Once we have that understanding, we set small manageable goals. Small victories make bigger victories. These goals can involve starting conversation with new people, attending a social event, कुछ भी चीज पर शुरू करें कमिटमेंट लेने के बाद. और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, मुझे ये समझना पड़ेगा, कमिटमेंट लेनी पड़ेगी. एक बार जो कह दिया वो करना ही है. To keep things on track, we create a plan, specific steps, deadlines. Having these structures help the client accountable and measure their progress. I would say 2 इवेंट करने हैं महीने में या 2 फ्रेंड से कनेक्ट करना है, तो वो करना है. वो टिक्स लगाने बहुत जरूरी है, वो करना बहुत जरूरी है. एंड नाउ वी हैव द क्रूशियल पार्ट. वी वुड कंटिन्यूस एंकरेजमेंट एंड सपोर्ट. एक सिंपल सी चीज मैंने पहले भी बोली, मैं हूं ना, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अक्सर लोग लोनली फील करते हैं, उनको लगता है कि उनके लिए दुनिया में कोई नहीं है, बट आज हम लाइव कर रहे हैं, ये उनके लिए तो है. एक चीज बड़ी हमें समझनी होगी कि हमारे लिए जब हम चाहें, कोई ना कोई जरूर होगा रियल या रियल वर्ल्ड में, हमेशा उनकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए जस्ट सिंपल स्टेप्स कैन एम्पावर देम to take action, connect with supportive network, and in this, thanks to Nevanians, they are not alone.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Also,
Gaurima.
with continue with that, what would you probably tell the family members and friends? What should they tell? How can they show their support to them? verbally, how can they be there, or any means they can be there with them? What would be your 3 tips to them?
Very important for them to understand that the person who is feeling lonely needs our moral support, needs us to stand by them. I would say, besides the family member, it's very important that family needs to give them a support, but the person who is lonely also needs to understand. I would say, do it yourself, DIY. I would break it down to reconnect. बहुत दिन से कोई फ्रेंड से बात नहीं करी, आज करिए. फोन ए फ्रेंड, एक फोन करो और सिंपल सिंपल रिकनेक्ट. एक्सप्लोर द क्लब्स, द क्लासेस, द ऑनलाइन कम्युनिटी. क्या इंटरेस्ट है मुझे, वो एक्सप्लोर करना है. सिंपल मीटिंग न्यू फ्रेंड्स, लाइक माइंडेड लोग, और फैमिली को वॉलंटियर करना है. गिविंग बैक, हेल्पिंग देम, गिविंग देम ए सेंस ऑफ पर्पस. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इवेंट्स में जाना, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है छोटी छोटी चीजों को प्रैक्टिस करना, और रिमाइंडर्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस पॉजिटिव अफर्मेशंस और सेल्फ टॉक, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग. अगर आज आप सोचें, आज से लेके कल सुबह तक, व्हाट आर द थॉट्स एंटरिंग योर माइंड, से आर दे स्पीकिंग अबाउट प्रॉब्लम्स, और दे स्पीकिंग अबाउट व्हाट अपॉर्चुनिटी इट गिव्स. कोविड के दौरान, आई वुड गिव एन एग्जांपल. I said I started my coaching journey in COVID. People were talking of COVID as a lost opportunity. Khatam, sab kuch khatam. I would say COVID gave me a new life. Besides being a filmmaker, besides being everything, when all the industries were shut down, one industry was working, coaching industry. We were able to learn, we were able to do online sessions, and COVID gave me an immense opportunity to learn. So we need to understand every opportunity is something unique for me, and I need to encash it. Self-compassion and be realistic. What is the problem connecting me? What is the problem with the other person also? It's like getting both the perspectives in mind. So it's very important to remember that the journey towards self-healing is a process. Taking small immediate steps is very important.
True, sir.
That makes a difference. Yes,
I mean, what I can hear from you is that for person, in order to help them come over loneliness, first foremost is self-awareness, being communicative of what they're feeling, talking to friends who are close to you or family member you can communicate and comfortable with, looking at your negative self-talk, what are you doing, challenging them, finding help, professional help, or somebody who can listen to, a life coach, a therapist, a psychologist, then probably helping reconnect with people, trying to starting slowly exploring the social media aspects also in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way. And some advice that you give for family member is that just being there for them. If they have expressed, knowing the signs and symptoms is very important. That if somebody is showing signs, disconnect, or and there's subtle signs in the way they say also, where sarcastic say. So keeping that in mind and being there for each other with friends also. So I hope so I covered all those points that you have covered with us and shared to the viewers today. And as there is a little paucity of time, Anuj sir, I would take this time to thank you, giving you heartfelt gratitude from Nevanians here at Nevan to you for joining us, taking out time from a busy Friday afternoon and coming on live with us. And thank you so much for psychoeducating about what loneliness is, what life coaching actually, what goes behind that, and how you help your clients deal with the symptom of loneliness, and telling that healing is a lifelong process. It's not a click that you'll be healed with your pain. It's a pain, like we need to learn how to heal those emotions, and getting a professional help is very important. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much.